Okay, so I'm just going to do a walkthrough from one corner to another corner of the lab. Hopefully you can hear me. Our lab room is pretty loud because we have so many instruments running pretty much all the time. So from this corner you can see there's the rest of the lab. We have an awesome view. And then if you come forward from the corner, we have an anaerobic chamber and a hood that we use for drying samples that we run on the HPLC coupled mass specs. We have a gel bench over here, going. This room is for qRT-PCR and standard PCR. If we back up and go further into the lab, you can see we've got lots of toys to play with. So we have bench space and a second anaerobic chamber over here. This is mostly includes our bench space for our lab manager Dave, who keeps all of the instruments up and running. This is our newer HPLC coupled mass spec grommet. The sibling mass spec to our original HPLC coupled mass spec, which is over here in the corner, Wallace. We've got that all set up. There's Wallace. And then we have an HPLC, a standalone HPLC, which is Sean the sheep. Okay, so if we turn around and go into our next room, here we have communal lab equipment, gloves, etc., autoclave bins, all of those lovely things. So we're going to go through this door. Here's our second lab room. Here's a grad student hard at work. Hi, Devin. Hi. Alright, so this is where we keep most of our bench space, extra tanks of nitrogen, refrigerator space, incubator. And so you can see this is more open. There's all bench space for all of our grad students and postdocs. And then on the other end, we have a small side room for weighing compounds and a microscope for the Wong lab. Through that door is the Wong lab. And then we have all of our compounds and reagents, more bench space, and one more hood. There's our hood. There we go. And we'll end it again by emphasizing our really fantastic lake view.
This is the Kalan lab. We're located on the 6th floor of the Microbial Sciences Building. In this room here, this is our office space where we have 4 people that work in here, but we can fit up to 6. As you can see, it's pretty empty, and that's because people have been working from home for the most part. And it's really nice in MSB. There's a lot of natural light, so that's a plus. Then this is the hallway with our -80 freezers. And down at the other end is the Thomas lab, and we share the cold room and 2 autoclaves with them. Then walking towards here, this is the main lab area. We have 2 bays with multiple benches. And then over here, this is our qPCR machine, which is a departmental instrument for medical micro and immunology. Media preparation bench and our micro bench where we do culturing of bacteria and fungi. We try to keep this side separate from the other side of the lab where we do molecular work because we're a skin microbiome lab and we want to prevent DNA contamination as much as possible. In the center, these are our individual benches. And then during the day, normally there's a nice view of the lake. So you'll just have to trust me that it's a really gorgeous view. More equipment and incubators. And then walking towards this room here, this is our biosafety cabinet where we culture BSL-2 organisms. And that's it. So that's the Kalan lab. And thanks for watching.
welcome to our lab tour for the Suen lab. My name is Ibrahim. I'm a second year student and I'm currently working with human microbiome sequencing.
And hey, I'm Andrew Steinberger. I'm a fifth year in Garrett Suen's lab, and I'm working on antibiotic use and resistance on dairy farms. And let's get this tour started. All right, so Garrett's lab is located on the 5th floor of the Microbial Sciences Building. And here we are looking over the atrium. And as we walk down the hallway here, we'll enter into lab.
Welcome to our lab. So first we have our common room here, we have our couch, we have our fridges, one for food and one for other stuff. And on the right we have our offices. This is the first office, this is where Andrew lives.
Yep.
As you can see, we'll have our computer. We spend a lot of time here because we always have a lot of microbiome data to work on. And we can now move on to our second office. This is my office, and as you can see, we have a lot of stuff here. As I said, we spend a lot of time working here.
All right, moving on from our nice offices. Again, this is the common area. You can see the essentials, coffee maker, microwave, refrigerator for all of our stuff, as well as some costumes from Backtoberfest, which is our departmental Halloween party. And so now we're entering into the lab. And so we have our usual -80 freezer, going by a sink, and then we have our lab benches. So this is my lab bench right here. You can see it's pretty clean right now. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of action since COVID. I've been doing mostly computer work these last few weeks, but you can see other people are more busy in the lab these days. And coming up to here, one of the best parts about working in the Microbial Sciences Building is the awesome view. And so we get a nice view of Lake Mendota right here. Ibrahim will take us up and show us the biosafety cabinet.
Well, this is one of our biosafety cabins. We do most of our DNA extractions here with phenylchloroform, and we're gonna continue this way. We have some other workstations, some other workbenches. And finally, this is where we do some of our culturing. We have a very nice anaerobic chamber here when we work with rumen samples.
Yep, and as you can tell, it hasn't gotten a whole lot of use as of late. Then here's the second of our biosafety cabinet. This is actually the certified biosafety cabinet. All right, and then labs in the Microbial Science Building are often, each neighborhood is made up of 3 different labs, and so there's our current lab, there is a middle lab and a far lab, and the far lab belongs to a different researcher, so we will not be going in there. But we will take a look at some of the shared common areas. So here's our large centrifuge. We got ourselves a -80 and another -80. And then this is a 4-degree room so that we can keep things at 4 degrees, run our cold room gels in here, that sort of thing. There's a neighboring researcher. And then last stop of our day, we're gonna look in our common area here where we have 2 autoclaves and a dishwasher. So all in all, wouldn't you say, Ibrahim, it's a pretty good setup for microbial research?
And with that, we are done with our tour. Hope you enjoy it.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.